Hi, everybody. This is a little bit late, 2 days late. I want to put out a weekly Q&A every Tuesday, and my Tuesday was really busy, and I definitely added on to it with my thinking of judging myself and thinking that I should handle this busyness better. It was like that kind of playing back and forth of like, it's so hard to be a working mom, and also like, shut up, be grateful, was not helpful. And sometimes that's okay. We all have human moments. And I guess I'm sharing this because when we have those bumps in the road or what can feel like a setback, it is truly can be an opportunity for our understanding to go deeper, for our level of well-being to increase. I was talking to another coach and she mentioned that maybe I had like kind of hit a wall or something. It was like going deeper. And I love this quote about this struggle. The struggle is as meaningful as the peace. Both have the potential of turning into moments of magic and of wonder. And I am feeling renewed. I was feeling renewed yesterday, and I am really excited to get to this week's question and answer. This is on vision. So let me make sure I'm reading it correctly. So somebody wrote in and said, can anxiety affect vision? Sometimes my eyes get blurry and other times hyper-focused. And yes, anxiety can affect vision. I want to have a big caveat though. I am not a doctor. I'm not an ophthalmologist, so please go to your yearly checkups, just your, physicals. And if you have vision concerns, talk to your doctor or your eye doctor. Just bring it up. But so if hey, yeah, I've gone, check, all good health, all good vision. And I notice, just as this person wrote in, sometimes my vision is blurry. And sometimes it seems hyper-focused. So let's get into that. This is written about in various books, but where I'm sharing some of the information is from anxietycenter.com. It is a great place. It has like a big anxiety symptoms checklist. So what happens when we get stressed or when there is a perceived or a real threat? As you might know, our body goes into fight or flight. And when we have that, there's stress response, stress hormones are released and there is body-wide changes. This fight or flight, this stress response is so wonderful. It is definitely our ally when we are in danger. We want this. We want these body-wide changes that are going to make us faster and stronger and like tense up and protect our internal organs and make it so we are going to see that threat. And we're also not going to feel pain. Like there's all of these. We could talk for hours probably on this amazing thing called the stress response. But what happens is oftentimes we can activate the stress response when we're not really in danger, when it's not needed, just because we can innocently scare ourselves with our thinking and our body can respond accordingly. And what happens is when we are in that fight or flight, that stress response, more than is necessary, which we often are with chronic anxiety and disordered anxiety, and I'm not saying this to make anybody feel bad because I probably spent a decade with like hours and hours of that kind of low level fight or flight, where it's like you don't even realize it. But I was so scared about feeling off, and then just all the what ifs can just set us off balance. So our symptoms, as my amazing mentor, Dr. Bill Pettit, has said, they are love letters. When I first heard that 3.5 years ago, I was like, nope. But now I really see them, that symptoms can be friendly alarms with information from love. So whether they're changes in vision or a panic attack or, upset stomach, all these things, again, caveat, see your doctor. But when we're knowing that they're from anxiety, no judgment. When we can see without judgment, then we've got freedom. When we can see, it's just our body letting us know that we are very, very innocently scaring ourselves with our thinking, innocently taking our thoughts seriously, innocently setting off that stress response. We can see it. We can come back to the present moment. So these symptoms really are friendly alarms. Just as if you're going to put your hand near a hot stove, there is that natural tendency to pull away. When you can notice that you're feeling your thinking, there's a natural tendency to get present. So let's get into some of the vision changes. So as we talked about, fight or flight, the stress response happen. And what happens with vision is our pupils dilate. So things might look brighter. and more vivid because they're going to dilate so we can really see that threat. Another thing that happens is it narrows our peripheral vision. So we're just going to focus on that threat. That's why we can get tunnel vision. I was running a driving anxiety workshop on just earlier this week, and a woman asked about that. She said she's gone to the doctor, she's talked about her vision, had her vision checked, it's all good. But her vision starts to get messed up only when she drives. And she started noticing that. So she was like, is there something there? And that's what we're talking about. We get stressed, the stress response starts, and our vision changes because our body thinks there's an actual threat. It's helping us. I know when I had driving anxiety, I definitely got that tunnel vision, and sometimes it felt like a curtain was closing. So another thing that happens with our vision when we're experiencing stress and anxiety is our blink rate is reduced because the brain's like, do not miss this threat. And that can make our eyes dry and a little bit strained. And another thing happens is like it kind of can tense the eye muscles and like get them ready to be reactive. Again, like all of this is like, we're helping you, you're in danger. But that can make the eyes feel strained. And sometimes when we are in that state of chronic anxiety, where we're just on edge, maybe hyper-focused on our symptoms, just really like so much noise in our head, it can happen. Then we can get like eye twitches, our eyes are just strained. But again, this is not to run away and freak out. If you're experiencing this, it is just feedback, letting us know when we are very, very innocently misusing that gift of thought. I love what Michael Neal says about this universal diagnosis, too much noise in head, and this universal medicine is a little bit of silence, but not like, oh, I have to force it. But just when we have a lot of noise in our head, we don't feel clear, we feel all shaken up. And in this instance, wow, we can notice some vision changes. But we can see that, just let that thinking go, return to the present moment. And this all happens naturally. So our vision, when we're not in a stress response, our vision goes back to normal. Just as we always return to balance. And again, a caveat, if you are experiencing vision changes, please talk to your doctor and get your eyes checked out. And then also, but even if there is some vision stuff going on, supporting your nervous system, your innate well-being of noticing when you don't feel off. You don't need to go to like analyze, like, well, what thought? You can just go to your feeling. How are you feeling? Let your feelings guide you, because wisdom and this common sense always comes wrapped in a positive feeling. And we always feel so much better when we are clear-headed, when we've let our thoughts settle down. And they always do settle. Just like a snow globe, when it gets shaken up, we can't see clearly, you set it down, then we can see clearly. And if there is something going on with your vision, you'll set it down and you'll see clearly, whether that is, what? I'm going to make an appointment. So I hope this was helpful. I love hearing from you. Respond in the comments, email me, let me know what questions would be helpful for you to cover. I have a huge list, but I always love adding to it.